Howdy everyone, this is LockNutz, and you're watching episode 13 of the Smallin and Ballin series on Frühling. Hopefully you'll stick around to see what happens. Howdy, 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 how are you guys doing today? Oh my goodness, do we have a load and a half of biodiesel. I am loving it, guys, absolutely loving it. This episode's kind of taking place same month, just a little bit later on the day from the last one. Got a couple things taken care of, finished up the majority of our contracts, if not all, and I think we took on a couple extra. So now it's time to go ahead and make a relatively large sale. You betcha. We're going to love it. We're going to like it. We're going to do what we can with it. That's for darn sure. We did finish up, like I said, our harvest contracts. Smashed right into that. So what I ended up doing is, just a quick little recap. I had 2 cornfields that I ended up having to do contracts on. Not have to, but I did contracts on them. This trailer unloads really quick, so what I ended up doing is taking everything I got, all the corn, put it in my silo, and then when I got towards the very end of everything that I had to sell, I ended up leaving a little bit back in my silo, you know, just in case, and actually worked out really slick. I think we ended up getting about 2,000 liters, maybe a little bit more, of corn that's ours now, so that's pretty darn good. I'd say so, at least. And speaking of which, well, not really speaking of which, let's go ahead and accept that contract, or I should say complete it. The 2 harvesting contracts, I picked up 2 cultivating contracts, so we got all that stuff taken care of. Let's collect that, and collect that. Potatoes, still not doing. Spraying, I might do this one. I'll wait and see. But we have to go ahead and take care of this right here. I'm super stoked. We should make an absolute killing off of this. At least that's what I'm hoping for. There we go. Just let that sit there and let it all rack up. So I will be showing you guys what I used to get the stones off of this field here a little bit later on. That is part of the things we have to do. We have to get our new field that we acquired. We have to get that mulched. We have to get that cultivated. At that point, we'll go ahead and pick the stones up. This is great. We're just moving forward. And this canola, holy cow, we are making an absolute killing. Oh boy, yikes. Just those last couple left, that's pretty good. So I ended up going ahead, and this is actually, this section here is starting to be recorded on that that day that episode 12 has released. So I haven't had an opportunity to hear what you guys had to say about taking this biodiesel and putting it into my own silo, or not my own silo, but my own fuel tank, I guess, if you will. I think by seeing how much cash I'm making off of this right now, I don't think it would hurt to go ahead and do that. 33,000 off of that field. Guys, that is absolutely fabulous. I think, let me just double check, because I have no memory whatsoever. Field 6, farmland, field 6, 51,000. So we did a darn good job making a bunch of cash back on that. Not quite paid for itself with one harvest, but if we do another harvest of that, it definitely would pay for itself. I don't know if we're going to do that. We'll wait and see to see what ends up happening. I just don't know. Like I talked about for a little bit in the last episode, I'm just not sure of what I want to put in that field. Ultimately, I got to get cash. I got to get cash, and I don't know what I want to do with it. I could go ahead and take the cash that we have right now and pay off our debt, or not pay it all the way off, but start to pay it off. but I'm not too sure because there's a couple things that I'd like to go ahead and buy. Now, I mentioned this just a little bit in the last episode. I had a roller for rolling the fields. I never bought it. I don't remember what ended up happening to it. We'll just say it was lost. And we'll leave it at that, because it's not that big of a deal at this point if I go ahead. I want to say the roller that we got was $2,000, maybe. I don't know. This is another thing we got to take care of. It's July right now. I think prices are going to dip next month, but then the following month in September, I think things are going to be pretty good. So I think we're going to leave the soy for the time being. The oat, I think the oat price is probably decent, so it's not the end of the world. But just there's still room in this thing, so it's not like I need to get rid of everything and maneuver everything. So we should be okay that way. Let's see, what's another thing here I want to show you? Oh yes, this was another thing. I just took a look at this just a little bit ago. And on the sales, used vehicle sales, there's a Voltron here. 37,000. Ooh, that is very, very tempting. It looks slick. Oh, yeah. It does have the front PTO, which is something that I really, really like. I don't think any of my tractors have that as of right now. So that would be something really, really nice to have. A third tractor, though, wouldn't be the end of the world. I could even jack it up to this price right here and have 145. Now, 145, this would be the only tractor I could have over the 125 limit and still being underneath 150. It's a possibility. I mean, it just looks cool. It does look really cool, but I think I got to sit on this one for a little while. I just can't pull the trigger. Oh, yikes. But what I think I can do is I think I'm going to go ahead and end up buying a new roller. I think one of the things I'll end up looking at here is probably purchasing a plow and purchasing a fertilizer spreader. I might do a lime spreader as well, but I think I might look at purchasing both of these two items here. I think. I'm not 100% sure if that's what I want to go about doing as of yet. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm trying to figure this stuff out as I go along, but I'm not 100% sure one bit at all. Let's get this recustomized so it's like that. Perfect. All right, cool. So we're going to do a little bit of prepping here for just a second to get stuff all set up and everything for getting things ready to go. One of the things that actually came out in Farm Sim News today was the announcement, or the official announcement, of the Kabuto pack for the next DLC to come out. You know, I took a little bit of time, looked it over, seen what was in there. Some decent tractors, decent little... It was a nice grab bag of different equipment. I think that's really, really nice compared to the Antonio Carrera pack. I like the Antonio Carrera pack, wasn't a fan of it. I am now, but the Antonio Carrera pack is very one-dimensional. The Kabuto pack is very multi-dimensional. There's tons and tons of different things in there. Different options of different things. I think it's going to be a pack that will definitely be worth its weight, I would have to say. With that being said, though, one of the really cool things that I seen in there was the fact that they actually had, I think it was like an ATV. Yeah, let's call it an ATV, like the little John Deere ATV, something similar to that Kabuto. But it has a script in there, or it should say it has a script in it to allow up to 4 people to ride along in the vehicle. 1 person driving, 3 people riding along. And I think that's absolutely fantastic, especially when you're looking at a lot of the multiplayer facets. Cross-platform is here, it's here to stay. It's definitely a great thing for everybody. And I think this just helps encourage that. Now, on the series that I'm doing with Taz, the Teaming Up series, one of the things that Taz and I had to do to get around from point A to point B is Taz was actually sitting on a tractor on a trailer as I was driving that trailer around, pulling it by a truck. That's no way to do things. There's a second seat there. Come on. Oh, man. I'm actually surprised that that's not something that we have seen more often. Especially when it comes to mods. The way I take a look at it, or at least I try to take a look at it, is now that script is out there. Now, I had heard grumblings from some people when I was talking about this, that the script was in 19 as well. We didn't see it all that often. But now here in 22, the script is out there. It's available for people. Comment down below. Is that something that you guys would go ahead and play with? Is that something that you would like to have? Have more vehicles to be able to go ahead and have that second person in it? Even a lot of the harvesters have that second little buddy seat. Would that be nice if you had that script in there? Now, I'm sure that would go ahead and change the slot counts and the mod folder sizes a little bit, but I think that'd be super, super cool. I really do. I'm going to take this opportunity, guys. If you guys are really digging this series, or at least digging what I got, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a ton. Sorry, I had to get that in there. And comment down below. Let me know what you think about that ability that we're going to potentially have more widely, if everything plays out correctly. Of being able to have multiple people riding along in a vehicle at the same time. Like I said, I think that would be absolutely cool if we could get that on a lot of vehicles. And maybe we might end up seeing modders go back and update their mods and potentially see a little bit more of this. I don't know. All I'm saying is that I think it'd be really, really cool. I'm hoping to see it, and I think I'm just going to have a great time with it. I think it's going to be overall just a darn good thing. Like I said, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about that. I think it'd be super slick. Hopefully you do too. Like I said, guys, I got to get some stuff prepped and ready to go. I'm probably going to go ahead and mulch that field over there, since you guys have seen me mulch before. And then I'll bring you back in probably when we're getting ready to pick the stones off of it. So stay classy. I'll see you in a little bit. Well, everyone, this is my secret weapon that I've been using so far here. This little bad mamma jamma is the stone bucket. It is on Mod Hub. You can go ahead and find it. It's underneath the stone picking category, and it's called the Stone Bucket. It's by Nico Picks, and it is 3.93 megabytes to download, and I believe it is cross-platform. I'd have to double check on that, but I believe it is cross-platform friendly. So why am I using this as opposed to the stone picker? I know you can go ahead and do the stone picking. I think there is one that does meet our parameters, maybe two of them. Let's get in here and take a peek at this really quick. Let's see here. Stone pickers. Okay, so you have this one right here. This you can go ahead and use this one. It meets our parameter, 100 horsepower. This one, not so much. This one, you can. This one has a working width of 3.7. This has a working width of 2. So, I'm sorry, 5.5 meters. Not too bad. The stone buckets, on the other hand, aren't that big. They're relatively cheap, but the really, really cool thing about these guys is that you take a look at the speed on there, 9 miles an hour. If I can get this thing going in a straight line and have the bucket down where it's actually picking up stones here, we can actually get this thing cruising along at full speed. Now, as of right now, I'm having some problems. I don't think I have the bucket sitting at the correct angle. But the point being with using this particular setup is that, one, it is way cheaper. That is a huge, huge plus. And even if this bucket system here is slightly narrower than the larger, the 5, I think it's 5.5 meters, the Scorpion or whatever the heck it's called, stone picker, it doesn't matter because of the speed that you're actually able to go at. Now, like I said, I'm having a lot of problems with this field here for some reason. The last field that I was using this on, which was the grass field, I was actually able to go ahead and pick up these stones quite easily. I'm not sure what my issue is. And I have used this bucket on other maps before. And with using larger tractors and all that jazz, you see I'm at like 10, 11 miles an hour right now. I've been able to get the thing right up the top speed. You have a tractor that can go 32 miles an hour, or whatever kilometers per hour it comes out to be. You can go ahead and go that speed. It's pretty darn slick. It really is. So like I was saying, even if it doesn't have as a wide working width, you make up with the speed that you can actually go back and forth, which isn't too bad. At all. All right, let's get this thing going a little bit faster here. But the biggest part about it is that it really is just cheap. Very, very cheap. I think we got the largest bucket on here and it was only $800 and some dollars. I didn't look at the price when I went over there. So we got that going for us. Not too shabby. Now, we have, I thought there was something in there. We do have a couple contracts that we've picked up. Picked up a couple fertilizing contracts. Was thinking there is a cultivating contract over here on field 7 that I was kind of thinking about doing. I'm not sure if I've come to the conclusion if I'm doing it yet or not. I'm still thinking about it. I really just want to get our stuff done first and then worry about contracts afterwards, because I want to get this field taken care of. We're going to have to plant this one, roll it, I mean, do all that sort of stuff to it before the day's done. And I just want to get all of that stuff taken care of. Plus, if I have the capability, I would really like to get over there and plant the grass on our little grass field. I don't know if that's where we'll be or what, but that's at least my goals. Okay, let's get that over there. That's at least my goals for moving forward. We'll see, though. We'll see. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. It has been several days since I've had the opportunity to get on here since the last part I was doing recording on. I've just had a lot of stuff pop up, a lot of things happened, and I'll be honest with you, this just kind of fell away from me. Now, I have been noticing, you know, there are certain people that I like to go ahead and watch. YouTube, you know, Twitch, you know, whatever the heck it is. And it's kind of weird because sometimes they'll go through spurts where they're on a particular video, a particular map, and then there are times that it just kind of escapes them. Oh, shoot, you know what? I'm sorry here. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Two things happened. One, had to go be dad for just a couple minutes here, and the other thing is I had accidentally turned my time down for a couple minutes. I'll go ahead and like I had said at the beginning of this, you know, I'm going to go ahead and keep the speed of the gameplay at 3 times. Every once in a while, I'll go ahead and I'll turn it down for a second or two, like if I have to go check something out and I don't necessarily want time to be advancing because it's, I don't know, I see it as an accidental thing that I gotta go ahead and check out or something like that. I don't feel too bad about it. Hopefully you guys don't mind at all, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So there's been a couple really neat things that have popped up here. One of the things I briefly talk about here is let's see, what was it? I think today is the day that, yeah, today is the day that we had that free DLC. I'm drawing a blank on the name of it. I'll probably have it pop up on the screen or something here in just a second. But that just came out today, and along with that, there was the patch 1.5 that came out, which is awfully cool. And along with that, the precision was updated, and it just knocked out a lot of the issues from what I was reading about it. Haven't tried it yet since it's been updated, but I'll be kind of interested to see if some of the things that I know I've personally found disturbing about precision fixed. There are still a couple issues that I think are out there, but yeah, I think all in all, that's one of the things that I've tried to talk to people about if they've been upset with performances of the game or anything like that. Make sure, you know, you talk to Giants, you send them an email, reach out. There's various ways that you can contact them. I mean, if you're having a problem with it, talk to them. That way they know what's going on here. I mean, that's kind of what's going on, and I think now that we've had a patch to fix, or an update to fix the Precision DLC, I can go ahead and say with full confidence, I was kind of disappointed in what it was. I'm hoping that with this patch here, it's going to go ahead and fix it, but when it comes down to it, was Giants could not leave it the way it was. It was broken. Now, that may cause some flack from some of you guys. But with that being said, why don't you comment down below, how did you feel about Precision when it first came out here on FS22? How did that kind of develop into what it was? And then how do you feel about the update that we just got here? Is it worth it? Do you think it's a step in the right direction? Is it still garbage in your eyes? Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think here. I'm going to keep on rocking and rolling with this here, and I'm not sure when I'll bring you guys back in, because I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure what we're going to go with out on this field. I have to go back and actually check the last little bit that I recorded, because I don't remember if I said anything in there and what was going to be planted or what. Like I said, it's been a little bit since I've been on this, but I'm ready, I'm back, and I'm absolutely loving it. Alright guys, I wanted to bring you back in here really quick because I got the bucket set at just the right height. So as you can see, when you get everything set up nice and neat, you can just cook along. And at that point, then this makes a whole lot more sense. I'm actually glad I was able to do that, because it really was able to demonstrate what I was getting at here. Now, on a smaller field like this where there's a lot of turnarounds and stuff like that, it might not make tons and tons of sense compared to the big guy, but as you go ahead and you're working on larger and larger fields, it really does kind of pay off a little bit, especially if you can get a couple of these together. I actually tried, oh, I take that back, I almost took credit for something. Taz actually did something where he tried to go ahead and couple these together. Two of these buckets together, trying to make them work in tandem. It did not pan out, but he put a good effort in. And that was in one of our episodes on Edelhoven. You betcha, the Teaming Up series. Gotta love it. So guys, I just wanted to come and show you. That's what I was trying to demonstrate. If you can get yourself going 20, 30 miles an hour, whatever your tractor can do, cruising along at that speed, it's gonna pay off way, way more than going ahead and using that $52,000 Scorpion, chugging along at 9 miles an hour. That's what I wanted to go ahead and show you guys. So take it easy. Like I said, I'm not sure. I haven't watched that episode yet, so we'll figure out whatever I ended up saying and figure out what's going in this field. I think I remember, but I'm gonna go back and double check just to be on the safe side. Well, we've gone and done it. Finally, we have actually purchased ourselves a fertilizer spreader. You betcha, we got rid of the Amazon, and here we are rocking and rolling with the Lizard AC2. This little bad mamma jamma is pretty much just like the Amazon. Tank capacity is not as large, but it allows us to do lime as well. Gotta love it. This guy is by, let's see, David.Mtnz, AM Modding. AM Modding. It is cross-platform compatible, and it is 4.74 megabytes to download. So, all in all, guys, not too shabby at all. We come in here and we take a look at this thing. It is somewhere, fertilizer spreader, there we go. See, it's, let's see, I want to see right here. This is 32,000 liters right there, or 3,200 liters. This one only goes up to 26, so it's not too bad. It does do 42 meters, just like this guy here, but probably not with a lime. I haven't tried it out yet, so I'm not 100% sure how wide it ends up going. I'm doubting it that's far. I doubt it that it'll go 42, so let's go ahead and give it a shot. Oh my gosh, it does. That is so awesome, guys. That is so awesome. Normally the lime spreaders are super narrow. Oh, that's awesome. That really is cool. We're going to be able to get this in one pass. I didn't realize that. That is so cool. I don't think I remember ever seeing a lime spreader that's been able to spread that far. Yikes. But I tell you what, though, that it does bring up one issue is that we're going to go through it very, very fast. We'll get done with it quick, but it'll be very fast. There we go. Got that last little bit. So, there we go. Gosh, that's cool. I didn't realize I was going to do that. I am probably more excited for this than I really should be, but it is what it is. We got that limed. Currently, I have a helper out on field, I don't know, what, 6, 7? Field 6 over there. Okay. It is on field 6. I've decided to go with soybeans on that. I know I was hemming and hawing. I actually really wanted to go ahead and plant sunflower seeds. The problem is we don't have a planter. I don't have a ton of cash. Speaking of which, I think I ended up having to take out 5 or 10 grand to be able to pay for this thing after everything was all said and done. But if you remember when I sold all that fuel and whatnot, I had about 51,000 sitting in the tank, so it is what it is. I pretty much, I feel okay with it, I guess is the best way to say. I just put that money away so I couldn't instantly spend it and not collect interest on it. Whatever. It is what it is for right now, but we're continuing to rock, we're continuing to roll. Now, one thing I was kind of thinking about here. Now, I don't know how you guys necessarily see this. This is kind of a little bit of a challenge we got going on here. Well, not kind of, it is a challenge we got going on here. So I'm not sure how I want to do this, because I'm starting to realize that if I take care of my own fields, that's going to yield me a lot of cash. Not like epic proportions of cash. Oh, that's in the way. I actually wanted to go ahead and check this out. One neat thing about this, now I don't know this if this is necessarily the case. I may have to go ahead and try this. But one neat thing about this versus the Amazon is it has a hitch on it. So that is pretty darn slick. What I'm guessing could potentially end up happening, I'd have to go ahead and give this a shot. I'm almost guessing that I could have lime in this and lime in that. When that runs out, it'll start taking it from there. I don't know for sure. It's something we may end up having to test out at some point. But it's not a bad idea. That might be something that would end up working, especially if I have a lot of fields that would need to be limed. It was smashing right there, but it's not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and leave that right there. I wanted to test this out to see if I could actually empty the lime into here. I don't think I will be able to. Yeah, you almost never can get that to work that way. But it was worth the shot. I figured, why not? But it's kind of nice being able to get to this point where we're starting to replace some of that stuff we were leasing. Took that off there. Yeah, like I said, we're starting to replace some of the stuff that we're releasing, or we're leasing. We're starting to get some of this stuff ready to go, ready to rock. I actually have to go collect the fertilizer. We left that back up at the shop. And it really feels like we're kind of moving on and growing up. With that being said, I have an idea what we're going to go about doing here in just a second. I think, because I don't have that that roller that I had. There wasn't much money in it, but I don't have that roller anymore. I know what I want to get. I'm going to end up leasing something. And again, it's just because I don't really want to take out much more cash, especially after, you know, we've just gone ahead and done all this to get where we're at. but I think I'm going to lease something. Short-term lease. I don't really have any crops that are going to need to be harvested anytime soon here. Let's come up here and do this. There we go. Looking at our fields here, this is what I'm getting at. Field 12 and 14. They still have a little ways to go. We're planting this field right now. We're going to come up here and plant this with grass. We're going to want to roll these two. We're not going to need to do anything else with these for a couple months. I'm just going to have that stuff sit there and let it gather. So I don't know if that's necessarily what I want to do. We'll see. But this right here is the roller that I'd like to lease. I'm using this one with Taz on the Edelchoven, so I really don't want to go ahead and use this one. We'll use this one. Same price, same leasing. This one's a little bit narrower, but it's not too bad. Requires a little bit more horsepower, but it weighs more. I mean, it all makes sense. So I'm thinking I'm going to just lease this thing. Let's get this back to standard. We don't need to really do anything crazy with it. 300 per day? I think I can handle that. For a little while, at least. Yeah, I think I might do that. Yeah, we'll lease it for a little while. That's not the end of the world. It could be worse. I really should be looking at this other ways. I should be being safe about all that. I know, but I'm not. We're going to risk it. We're going to risk it. I also think that this is going to be a temporary lease. I'm also kind of just holding on to this one just to see. That's not going to work. I need to get rid of the slime spreader. Fertilizer spreader. I think it might work out. I'd like to, if this roller here works out really well, I'll probably end up buying that one. Potentially. I got other things that I got it up my sleeve. There are other things that I've planned on doing, other things that I want to be doing, so I haven't really gotten crazy with a lot of this stuff yet. I want to go ahead and fertilize this field. I'll probably get this tractor out here to do the rolling out here. Then we'll go and roll that field after that guy goes ahead and seeds. But let's take a look here. We've completed one fertilizing contract. Collect that. And the heck with it. We'll go ahead and do another fertilizing contract. That's no big deal. I really don't want to do the spraying contract as of yet. So yeah, that's kind of where we're sitting. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. A whole lot of, well, uncertainty. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Well, that worked like a charm. You betcha it did. Holy cats. Very, very impressed by this thing. I really do like it. I'm excited about it. It's silly. It's a roller, but I'm excited for it. It is the Lizard LVH5, and it is by a combination of people, actually. Is quite the list. So I'm just going to say it's by a combination of people. Or modders, however you want to look at it. Cross-platform friendly, you betcha, and it is 15.34 megabytes to download. So, all in all, guys, not too shabby at all. Like I said, pretty darn impressed. The only real downfall of it is it takes an incredibly long time to unfold. There it is. Okay. But if you think about it, guys, it's 3 huge drums. They gotta be heavy. So I'm not surprised that it takes a little bit of time to get it rocking and rolling over there. We are hopping out here. We are getting this taken care of. I wanted to get that rolled just a little bit here really quick and then take a look at this. So we're having a yield bonus of 98. Where we don't get the 100% is because we cut the grass on the field and harvested it versus mulching it. So It is what it is. I don't know what would end up happening. This is a question for you guys, because I seriously don't know. I'm not sure how it would end up working. A grass field. That's what we're in. If you were to mulch the grass field, instead of harvesting the grass, essentially cutting the grass, would that change the state forever on the grass? Or would it only change the state just the one time, the next time that you'd go ahead and harvest? I honestly go ahead and think to myself, it's not worth it. It doesn't make any sense to go ahead and do something like that, especially if that's the case. I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know if you guys know. If you tried this yet, do you know what would end up happening if you were to mulch the grass? Would it change the state of the field forever? Would it not do anything? Would it be just a waste of grass? Let me know, because I don't know. I can only assume that it would just waste the grass. And at that point, why would you destroy a perfectly good grass harvest for 2% bonus? I wouldn't. I just wouldn't do it. Not at all. Couple of things we do have looking forward coming up. I think we're going to look at potentially, I don't necessarily want to get more fields just yet. Well, I want to get more fields, but I don't think that is going to be a super main focus for what we have in the near future. I think where we're going to want to go ahead and look at things and what we're going to want to look at doing here is potentially selling a bunch of our stuff off. Prices aren't going to be terrible with all this stuff in the very near future. I'm just looking at this to make sure we've got it all rolled. It does look partially fertilized. No, we're not plowing. Needs rolling. Oh yeah, there's still some spots that we missed. I'm gonna pop on out of here so I can see from up here. There we go. Yeah, I guess you can kind of see down the center. It wasn't really rolled. I couldn't tell. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't tell at all. I'm sure it's fine. But this little guy here, I do like this. I've used this one, and like I said, that other one that looks similar to this that I'm using up on that Teaming Up series with Taz. They both work really, really nice. I do like them both. I do like these rollers. They're relatively cheap for what they got going on there. And this one in particular, I think there was an update on this one just recently. In the past, it was you had this, well, these ones here, and then you would have a set that looked exactly like this, but it was only good for grass fields. The update changed it so that this roller is good for both grass fields and standard fields. That's actually one of the big reasons why I wanted to go with this one here, just because it's good for both. And that's super spectacular. But like I was saying, back to the story at hand, I'm thinking we're going to want to look at selling some of our things. I know we have a bunch of stuff sitting over there, a bunch of pallets that we got to get sold off. I don't think we have any more canola processing, so I think all of our fuel's been taken care of. We've done a great job at that so far. I mean, it made us a ton of cash. But, I mean, so far we've done... There is a little bit right there. Let's go back and hit that. Doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, so far we've been able to come out here and rock, doing our stone picking and rolling separately. Oh man, but all fun nonetheless. So guys, if you guys are liking what you're hearing, liking what you're seeing, go ahead and smash that like button. Hit the subscription. It really does mean a lot. Let's get that up, please. I'm gonna raise it up first. Nope, raise it up first. Come on. Oh boy, now we're gonna have issues. Go ahead and turn that notification bell and have it set to on. That way you know when this and other great videos are coming out by myself. Oh my goodness, share this with somebody who likes to rock and roll. Not necessarily at the same time, but if they like to do it at the same time, that's even better. Ooh yeah, you betcha. From myself to you guys, thanks for stopping by.